First, let's start off, Coach Hooper. How excited you be to know that this time next week you guys are going to be on a bus heading up towards Los Lunas?
We're pretty excited. I know the kids are, and it was nice to strap it up yesterday and play against someone new besides ourselves, and we're looking forward to next week. That's for sure.
Coach Ward, how excited are you to get this season finally underway?
Oh, I'm ready to go. I mean, it's been a long trip from Las Vegas, Nevada to here. I've been here 3 weeks. The kids have really responded well. We've got our defense implemented, and I think we're going to be okay.
Now, Coach Ward, if you head out to Tiger football practices, he's definitely a guy that you're going to hear out there. You just mentioned it for the folks that may be not aware of your history. You've coached pretty much high school football anywhere you can imagine, right?
Well, I'd have to say my resume looked quite like a roadmap. Of course, growing up in Texas and staying there for over 30 years and 20-plus as a head coach and athletic director, mostly 1, 2, 3A. I did do 4A and 5A. It's a situation where you move before they fire you, and you move when you win, because there's two things that get the axe right after Thanksgiving every day. It's head coaches and obviously turkeys.
Well, yeah, that's certainly a way to look at it there. So we're certainly glad to have you here, and everybody that I've talked to is the intensity level that you have out there on the practice field. It's helping the kids, and we were talking about it just before we went on the air. Mm-hmm. You're about coming out here and helping these kids and helping them learn how to play the game.
I tell you what, Coach Hooper's done a good job. He's been here a year, and I've known Dale for over 10 years, and we've stayed in contact. We actually played against each other when I was head coach at Gallup and he was at Grants, and that's where we bumped heads the first time. But he's a big guy when it comes to the weight room. Bigger, faster, stronger. The discipline was here. I mean, the kids are hungry. The community's ready for a winner. I think the most important thing, it's like I tell everybody that wants to listen, we've got to stay healthy, we've got to stay eligible, and we've got to stay out of jail. The kids got to stay out of trouble. I mean, the intangibles always get you, but what a great bunch of kids. I mean, everybody's working hard. I've got a sophomore as well that's working hard, but it was so much fun, because when you've done it as long as I've done it, what you're looking for, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, is watching them smile, watching them laugh. And the one thing that I think about as I woke up this morning, last night before I went to bed, the very first play, we took defense first. The very first play, we rocked him and knocked the running back's helmet off. Our sideline erupted, and it just never stopped as far as offense and defense for the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm. Coach, I mean, it does seem like, this seems like just from what I see from practice, it seems like a tight-knit group so far. I know you're only 3 weeks into the season, but this seems like a good group that you got. It is
a pretty special group. We've been working pretty hard, and you think about it, this is the longest a football season, I guess, these kids have ever had. And what I mean by that is they've never done, at least they haven't been concentrating on football pretty much year-round. And of course, our kids play other sports stuff, but as soon as football ended, we started doing our weight room, and we've really been hitting it hard. We've never quit lifting, but we really increased it. And it's been a long time since our kids got to play against someone else, and it was definitely exciting. And just like Coach said, yesterday we started off with defense because I wanted that intensity started off right now, and we definitely they came out ready to play football, and I'm just really proud of our kids, the way they responded yesterday, and our young kids. I mean, we're looking at we don't have that many seniors that are that we'll be losing next year, and then the year after that we got a young group of kids, and the seniors we do have they're pretty good leaders.
From your perspective, do you feel like the team got what they needed to out of that scrimmage yesterday?
Yes, I do. We got 50 reps, 100 reps total, but 50 and 50 for offense and defense, and all the kids got their reps so we can see them on film and we can evaluate the talent and see who's going to play where. And Coach Ward, I know, and his staff and the defensive staff, they'll figure out the best personnel for defense, and then we'll do the same thing on the offensive side, and then. We're kind of excited because now we got a kicking game too, and I think we have a pretty good kicking game and special teams, and that's going to help us a lot too.
We'll get back around to that here in a second, Coach. You brought in a new defense for this team. It's a gap-style defense. Tell us about that, and tell us how you thought they performed yesterday against Roswell.
Well, I think it's pretty simple. I mean, 28 years ago, I implemented this defense in a little school in Texas, and basically, there's only 8 gaps on the football field: A, B, C, and D, and spoke with some people at a San Angelo clinic. Buddy Ryan, he was in the NFL for a long time. He spoke, and I got about 35 minutes of his time, and I asked him, because he ran the 40 at Chicago, and I said, listen, can you help me water this down? He said, there's 3 things you've got to do, Coach. You've got to teach them not to attack or engage with personnel at the V of the neck. Everybody reads everything. I don't read anything. We read gap. Our linebackers read it with our eyes, and we fast flow. But basically, it's gap control. Everybody runs the option. It's been around forever. Emily Bullard brought it to the country in Texas years ago in East Texas. But the bottom line is you got to stop the option, so we give one responsibility on the option. We give a gap control. And then the big thing that the kids have really bought into is the angle of pursuit. If you're always chasing at an angle, you got an opportunity to catch a back that's faster than you. But the reason I got into this defense is because of the small schools that I've been in. And we're truly a very small 6A school enrollment-wise. And I've coached a lot of kids over the years that have been small but quick. So it matches our personnel perfect. Mm-hmm. And I think probably one thing about the kids that we're working with right now that I see is they're so hungry, they're aggressive, and they'll strike you. You know, I mean, the good Lord's got to be on our side, and we got to stay healthy. But I think it fits our personnel perfect. You know, we run about 5 different coverages, we run about 5 different fronts, and we have about 5 different stunts. But in 3 weeks, they've grabbed onto the whole package. Now, yesterday we played an offense that's extremely hard to do what I want to do in the secondary, because they'll put a tight end on one side, stack a wing, then on the other side they'll give you a slot and a split in. So it's hard for me to man and zone on both sides. So I had to stay very vanilla, but at the same time I was very impressed because we were going to take their bootleg away, and we did. We just couldn't stop the quarterback for a couple of series, but after we adjusted to it, we shut them down. And probably one of the things that our first, and we're very blessed. We got about 26 kids on the defensive side of the ball. I've convinced Dale to let's play a little Iron Man football, and it's kind of like we play poker every day against each other. And he's got about 2 more cards than me, but I'm trying to get him back. But the bottom line is, if we'll share and work their kids in conditioning routine, I think we'll be okay. But I will tell you one thing: these kids are more aggressive than where I came from in a high school of 4,000 kids.
Wow,
they're more aggressive and they'll fly the ball. So I think we've got a chance. The bottom line is we just need to stay healthy.
Talking to Coach Dale Hooper and Coach Patrick Ward of Tiger Football. They scrimmaged yesterday against Roswell. Now, I saw this on the Tiger Football Facebook page, 5 scores for the offense. You guys only allowed 2 scores for the defense. So when I talked to you for both were overall content with the way things went there. Coach, offensively, what did you like that you did yesterday? What do you think that you want to work on before you head into Valencia next Friday?
Well, we only ran 8 plays, so we kept it pretty vanilla ourselves, and we went in with a pretty small playbook and just want to just work our bread and butter stuff, and everything clicked pretty well. Our old line, wow, they did really good. They blocked their tails off, and our running backs ran the ball real well. I thought Kyle threw the ball real well. He was under control, and actually the little man ran actually really well too. When he decided to tuck it and run it, it scares the tar out of me, but he did a really good job doing that. Because and then when we put in our twos, and our twos they're still varsity players. We just moved people around different positions. They did the same thing. They moved down the field and we scored, and I was definitely pretty happy with our offensive performance. And can we improve? Absolutely, we can improve. But do I feel like I could have put more points up? Yeah, I definitely think I could have. But we definitely wanted to just not do one play the whole darn scrimmage. We're trying to work all our plays because it's not a game. It was a scrimmage, and we got to prepare for Valencia, and Valencia is definitely going to be a test for us.
Offensive line, you've got some good size up there. I know maybe depth is not as good as you want it, but you've got some big
yes,
kids
we
out
do.
there.
We've almost got 1,000 pounds of meat up there in the front, and they play their butts off. We got one starting senior on our offense right now, and that's a pretty young team.
He weighs 298 pounds.
Yes, he's a big man, and it's hard to pull him off the field about anywhere because he's a baller and he's a leader, and he's our leader of he leads our offense, and he'll let people know when they're messing around or not whatever, and I'm just really, really proud of him. And our O-line, with 2 sophomores, they played big, and it's nice when you have sophomores begging to run a certain play so they could pull and hit someone. And I'm thinking, man, these kids are just, they're sophomores and they're begging to coach call this so I could trap someone, and it was nice.
Now, it's Christian Garnan, right? Is the
yes.
man, yeah, he's 300 pounds. Yeah, you see,
he's a man.
He's one of those people you see out in the field, and you're just so impressed by how he looks. He is a big man, and certainly sounds like the anchor of that offensive line.
Absolutely.
Wide receivers, happy with what you saw from that court yesterday?
You know what? you know, and as Kyle says, we talk all the time. He's my son, but he feels so blessed to have a receiving core like we have. Our receiving core is they're all deadly. I mean, any of them catch a ball, they're gone, and it makes his job a lot easier. And we had some receivers make some great catches to help bail out Kyle on some of his. He threw a couple balls that were off, and our receivers go up and get it. And it's amazing when you have that kind of talent to go do that. And you know, again, I think we could have done a lot of other things, but I'm really, really proud of our receiving core. It's top notch.
Yeah. Defensively, I got to think some of that offensive line transfers over to your defense, or some of those kids being worked over there as well, Coach Ward.
You know, we plugged a lot of people yesterday. I looked at everybody. One of the things I want to say is that, you know, our bigger kids aren't quite there yet in reference to shape. We're probably maybe 3 games away, 4 games. You know as well as I do, the most important are the last 3. That's the district championship that we're definitely striving for. But, you know, Garnan played. Dewey, he's a big sophomore. He played. Coach senior boy, William, he did well. I mean, the thing about it is my philosophy, we're going to funnel in. This is my number 16. I want 3 defensive ends, 3 defensive tackles, 3 inside linebackers, 3 outside linebackers, and 4 secondary. And then I have my coaches funnel for me based on, you know, when they get tired. I think probably the thing that impressed me most about our defense yesterday is when we put our seconds in there, which was 11 fresh people, they stuffed them. They didn't move the ball. I don't think they had 3 first downs. And we got to look at that when we start evaluating film, because we may have some kids on the second team that are going to push some of the kids on the first team to the second team, and that's what the kids need to understand, mine included. This is what we teach. It's all about competition, because I believe competition breeds excellence. And if I'm harder on mine as he is on his. It's tough being a coach's kid, but let me tell you something. Whatever's best for the team needs to take place, and I've got some kids out there that's going to make it real interesting, because there's 3 or 4 kids right now that are on the bubble that are going to get bumped between now and next week based on practice. One of the things the kids need to understand, along with moms and dads, is you cannot miss a day of practice because you miss learning. But I'm impressed. I got to look at the film this morning, and I was kind of bummed because the first 2 series we gave up 2 scores, and I want to shut everybody out. I believe in goose eggs. Then after I got and looked at the film, I think I was a little bit too hard on the kids. But after that, we made the adjustments. They were done. I mean, you could just stuck a fork in Roswell. They were done. But like I said, God, there were some kids out there that really shocked me. There were a couple of sophomores that came up and just a couple kneecap shots that. Who's that kid? Where'd he come from? Did he get on the bus, Coach? But I'll tell you one thing. It's going to be fun because everybody understands it's going to be fair and it's going to be square, and the best will play and the rest will watch.
Yeah. Talk about you talked about the line a little bit, but how about your DBs and your linebackers? Who are some kids that, you know, both of you, if you want to mention, have really stood out through 3 weeks of camp and yesterday at the scrimmage that really jumped out at you guys?
I got 2 kids in the middle. I mean, Alex Cruz is a veteran, and then I've got a little kid named Silva. I call him Mighty Mouse. He's pretty good. You know, Brandon. What's Brandon's last name, Coach?
Henderson.
Brandon Henderson's pretty good. You know, Alex Ramirez has been hurt quite a bit. We put him at free safety yesterday on seconds, and he just came up and laid the wood. I mean, there's just so many good kids. There's a kid out there, I call him Saint Nick. I'm a big nickname kind of guy. I want to nickname. I can't remember names. I guess I'm getting old, but what's Nick's last name? Nico?
Oh, Nico Reyes.
He does a really good job. I mean, you know, Fred Trujillo. Yes. We just have a lot of kids that, and this is the one thing that we haven't talked about on this show that I just want to mention. I've used the word AML for over 28 years as well, which means all heartbeats mean one, and that's how we break our defensive huddle. That's our battle cry. I think the most important thing in our defense is it's just one heartbeat, it's one direction, and everybody just flies to the ball. I think all of them look pretty good. As far as someone just standing way out and above and beyond, that hasn't happened yet because we haven't been in a ball game. We do give when we grade film, we give a big hit, and believe it or not, the kid that had the big hit yesterday is a kid that I didn't think could break an egg. and he came in and kneecapped the kid, and, you know, I've been on him about, son, if you don't pick it up, you know what, you're going to go down. We're going to put you on the JV. And I guess I motivated him in the wrong way because he laid him out, and that's Alex. Yes. What's Alex?
Alex Ramirez.
My God. Alex Ramirez, but the other Alex, our kicker.
Oh, Alex
Alton. Alex. We just Alex the kicker.
Yeah.
I've only been here 3 weeks. Coach Hooper has no excuse for not knowing their names, okay? But I tell you what, it's exciting because you know what? Our kids realize that if they work hard, we got a chance. And my philosophy's always been the same. All I care about is when we get in the fourth quarter, do we have a chance to take the game away from someone?
Yeah. Well, you talk about Alex the kicker. Obviously, you guys are excited about his ability to kick the football. And
Absolutely.
You guys are. What did you get to work that a little bit, or is this during practice? You guys get to see?
No,
that?
we've been doing during practice. We didn't do no kicking game yesterday during the scrimmage.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We're looking forward to seeing him. At times that has been at least in Tiger football fans knows that the kicking game has always been a little scary at times.
Yes,
so it's good to have some confidence there in the kicking spot. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to make sure we mentioned. Do want to mention, by the way, folks, that getting ready for the first home game of the year, which is on September 5th. They are selling the reserve seats, the nice seats there in Tiger Stadium. So go to the athletic office over at 103 Cuba if you're interested in those. But yeah, I think we've pretty much gone through most of everything with you guys about the scrimmage. But next week, I mean, have you gotten anything on Valencia yet, or have you started working at that kind of stuff?
You know what, Valencia. They're one of the better teams in 5A. There's no question about it. They, they're definitely in the top 5. They got a lot of speed. They got I think the 2 fastest kids in the state in the division, and we're definitely gonna have to be ready to play some football. And I just wanted to say one thing. I want to thank all the parents that did go. There's quite a few Alamo there, and we had actual administration. We had our superintendent was there. It was nice. It was having people go down and watch us in the scrimmage, and I just want to say thanks to all the people that came and supported us.
Yeah, and I'd say we've seen a lot of parents out there watching practice as well. A lot of folks have been coming out and supporting the team. And Valencia, I mean, defensively, Coach, this is a team that really runs the football well from what I've been told. I don't know if
they're going to run a full house backfield, and that's just, I've got their game from last year, their last playoff game, and they've got 4 backs that are legit. We need to throw up the fence and keep them inside. They're extremely fast. They can't get a step on us because if they do, they're gone. I can remember when Valencia opened up. I think it was about the year I left New Mexico and went west. But the thing about it is, a lot of talent. They're very well coached. But you know what? It's like I tell my kids that they can only sit up 11, and they put their pants on one leg at a time, so let's go play.
And, Coach, this is a team that you know well from was in your district for many, many years, right?
Absolutely, and know them very well. And it's funny when I watch their film. It looks a lot, amazing how you steal from people. And, some of their favorite plays are some of the plays I was running against them, and now I see them running that, and we'll have to be ready to play football, but I think our kids are up to it. I really do. Hopefully we can heal up from this. We had an injury, and hopefully we can heal up on that injury, and we'll be ready to play some football.